The hidden fortune. The neon sign flickered above Joe's diner, casting a dim glow onto the rain-slicked pavement. David Calloway, a billionaire CEO in disguise, stepped inside, his stomach grumbling. The scent of fresh coffee and grilled burgers filled the air, a stark contrast to the polished boardrooms he was used to. As he took a seat, his attention snapped toward the kitchen. Muffled sobs echoed through the thin walls. Curiosity piqued, he rose from his booth and peered into the back. A waitress, her apron stained and eyes red, leaned against the counter, gripping a crumpled letter in her trembling hands. David hesitated. He had come here for a meal, but now he found himself drawn into something far more profound. This wasn't just a diner. This wasn't just a waitress. And David Calloway wasn't just any customer. "Hey, are you all right?" he asked, stepping cautiously into the kitchen. The waitress jolted at the sound of his voice and quickly wiped her tears. She forced a weak smile but didn't meet his eyes. "I'm fine, sir. Can I get you anything?" David frowned. "I heard you crying. That letter, it upset you. Do you need help?" She bit her lip and hesitated before finally sighing. "It's my father. He's sick and we can't afford his treatment. The hospital bills keep piling up and I don't know what to do." David's chest tightened. He knew the struggles of ordinary people, but hearing it firsthand always struck a nerve. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Emma," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "Emma, listen to me. Sometimes help comes from unexpected places," he said. "How much do you need?" Her eyes widened in shock. I couldn't ask you to." "You're not asking," David interrupted. "I'm offering." She stared at him, trying to make sense of the man before her. "Why would you do that? You don't even know me." David hesitated, his own past flashing before his eyes. "Because once upon a time someone helped me when I needed it the most. And now it's my turn to pay it forward." Emma's lip quivered as fresh tears welled up. I don't know what to say." "Just say yes," he said with a reassuring smile. "And maybe bring me that coffee I came in for." Days passed and David returned to the diner regularly, each time engaging Emma in deeper conversations. He learned about her father, her struggles, and her dreams she had long put on hold due to financial burdens. One evening, David made a discreet call to his financial advisor. "I want you to anonymously cover all of Emma's father's medical expenses. Make sure they don't trace it back to me." The next day, Emma was overwhelmed when she received news from the hospital. "Someone paid the bill, all of it," she whispered in disbelief. Tears streamed down her face as she turned to David. "Did you?" David simply smiled. "I told you help comes from unexpected places." Emma wrapped her arms around him in a tight embrace, her gratitude evident. "I don't know how to repay you. Live your dreams, Emma. That's all the repayment I need." As weeks turned into months, Emma was finally able to enroll in college, pursuing the culinary dreams she had long abandoned. The diner remained her home, but her perspective had changed. And so had David's. One evening after the rush, Emma sat across from David, her expression more serious than usual. "I know who you are," she said softly. David raised an eyebrow. "Oh." She nodded. "You're David Calloway, the CEO of Calloway Enterprises. I looked you up." He chuckled. "And here I thought I was doing a good job at blending in." "Why did you hide it?" she asked curiously. He leaned back in his chair, his expression thoughtful. "Sometimes people treat you differently when they know who you are. I wanted to experience something real for once. And I found that here with you." Emma smiled. "Well, billionaire or not, you're always welcome here." A year later, Emma graduated and opened her own small restaurant, one David secretly funded. He never revealed the extent of his support, but he watched with pride as she thrived. One rainy evening, much like the night they met, David walked into her new establishment. Emma greeted him with a warm smile. "Table for one?" "Actually," he said, "I was hoping for a meal and maybe some good company." She laughed. "Well, you've come to the right place." As they sat down, the neon sign outside flickered, casting a warm glow over a story that had come full circle, one of kindness, perseverance, and unexpected fortune. Months later, as Emma's restaurant flourished, an investor approached her, intrigued by the buzz surrounding her establishment. He offered her a partnership, promising expansion beyond what she ever dreamed. Emma was hesitant but turned to David for advice. Take it, he encouraged her. But on your terms. Remember, you're in control of your future. With David's guidance, Emma negotiated a deal that allowed her to maintain creative control while expanding to new locations. Her journey had come far from the struggling waitress at Joe's diner. One evening, she invited David to the grand opening of her second restaurant. Standing beside him, she whispered, "You changed my life." David smiled, looking around at the bustling restaurant. "No, Emma. You changed your own life. I just helped you see it." As they raised their glasses in a silent toast, the neon sign outside illuminated their shared moment, proof that generosity and determination could transform lives in the most unexpected ways.